Hey, it's Sick Boy from the Gaming Anarchist Collective, and I've just done my first top 10 gaming related dickheads video since October 2013, so fucking hell. But, number one, I'm going to have to at the very least retract or tailor, and I'm going to change my issue for number one, so I'm actually going to go ahead and consider this the number one top 10 gaming related dickhead of January. Because this story that I published yesterday, it has been all over the news yesterday. Site after site after site announcing that the Ant Simulator devs, that the programmer had been stiffed and that 2/3 of the leadership team who've been friends for 11 years absconded with the cash and basically spent it all on strippers and beer. That was the accusation. That was levelled obviously from shite houses like Kotaku. It was published all over the place. Everywhere published this story. So at that point, I think it's fairly comfortable to say that if every major journalism outlet pretty much has published, there's page after page after page after page of this accusation, which seems like they're on pretty solid ground. Otherwise, what they're doing is publishing libel, of course. Now, some people obviously tailored it sensibly and said things like, is accused of, the dev has said. There's an awful lot of them really seriously stating that this is true. Came to my attention this morning after uploading that video, looking at the actual information. It turns out that of all the websites, only Game Informer bothered to contact the other developers. You heard that right. These journalists, these supposed fucking people who are doing the research before they publish smear pieces, it's literally at this point a he said, she said. I do not know whether this accusation is true or not. So for that, I'm going to rescind the fact that I asserted. I mean, if it is true, it is despicable. If it is not true, it's equally despicable from his fucking end. Somebody is lying in this situation, or at the very least, there is two groups of people operating in bad faith against each other, and the press fucking screwed the pooch so badly. Of all of them, only Polygon, and Polygon is a shite house in the first place, interviewed the guy making the accusation. Everybody else copied and pasted his quotes from Polygon. Everybody. I'm talking like 50 news entries on Google. Not just if you search on the web, you get a ton. There's like 40,000 articles. You go on the news, all the news articles, including Eric Kane at Forbes, for fuck's sake. One of the guys considered one of the most reputable gaming journalists. All of them, fucking unironically, published these accusations. You'd have thought, with that many publications doing so, you're pretty safe to comment on it. It turns out at the very least there's going to be some legal action between the two parties, and that there is at the very least two sides of the story no one has the evidence on. So they're claiming he basically tried to abscond with the game. The accused are saying that he's trying to screw us. He's saying they spent all the money. So, who knows who's guilty at this point? If this is going to turn into a court case, so be it. Let the truth come out in the light of day. But motherfucker, the number one is going to have to go to the fucking press for being so fucking incompetent. Hell, me doing my thing here, doing commentating, reviewing the news, seeing so many papers seeing so many blogs covering it, thinking, well, this must be legit. The amount of journalists, Forbes fucking published this. Everything from Forbes to Polygon to The Escapist to Destructoid to the new Breitbart Tech website, VG247. Obviously, all of these sites are shit, and so many of these big sites, they all unironically went ahead and made these fucking statements. It's abysmal. Because if this turns out, okay, let's say it turns out to be a false accusation. What the press have done, have taken that false accusation and run with it, smearing the two people accused. Just smearing them. Not saying there's a dispute, not saying these are the two sides of the story. No. None of that actual press shit. No, fuck that. They're just literally just levelling accusations at these people. On the grounds of the uninformed say-so, the unsubstantiable say-so. So, it's fucking baffling to me. the evidence doesn't make much sense when you look at it. When you look at what they're kind of presenting, and the books apparently show, yes, they spent money. They claim that yes, they spent money on entertainment, but it was a standard amount of the budget. And you know, people do use they do basically pay for drinks entertaining, and they said they paid all their contractors, and that's why there's no more money. They paid all the people who worked for them, and they had some entertainment budget, and there's nothing left. That's their claim. That's their defence. And it's fucked. It's completely fucked. So fuck you to the press for being so fucking incompetent that in order to just comment on a news story, you then have to be a journalist yourself. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. It's not my fucking job to be a journalist. I'm not a journalist. I have to now be making a video to clarify this, because one way or the other, one of these two parties is getting stiffed. And neither have been well served by the press. Because it's no good running with an accusation if you have no substantiable proof. Kind of make that assumption that you've got something. You've proved you are who you say you are. You've proved that there's some evidence to that. Or you really couch that it is an accusation. And there's some obviously went with, they were safe and they went with the accusation. But there's like 2 pages on Google News, 2 whole pages of search results. And of all the ones I saw, the only one that updated was the shite house of Polygon. Polygon's the only one that updated their article in the last 12 hours that I can see. I mean, let that sink in for a minute. Let that sink in. One of the few websites that actually came ahead and updated their article is fucking Polygon. And I hold Polygon in no esteem. But I have to say, they at least did the right thing here. Where's the Escapist putting these retractions? The Structoid, Gama Sutra, Forbes. Update your fucking articles. Completely change your titles. Because unless you know, you're just repeating slander. It's fucking shit. It's unbelievably shit how fucking bad the games press actually is. When people talk about who's a good example of games press, everybody talks about Eric Kane. Eric Kane at Forbes. Eric Kane at Forbes, the man, he's a proper journalist. Oh, really? That motherfucker just unironically copy-pasted some shit from Polygon. And hasn't been on top of the story, or his editorial team haven't been on top of the story to update it. And you know what? A lie can run around the world before the truth can get its fucking shoes on. That's a Terry Pratchett quote, and I think it holds very, very true. So I would say hold fire on what you think you know, because I now know that I don't know a damn thing about this. This is at very least two-sided story, and certainly not a flat-out tale that can be proven to be a flat-out tale of embezzlement and theft. I feel really bad for everybody involved that no due diligence was done. I think it's fucking despicable. What a waste of fucking skin the press is becoming. I mean, it's just... There is no such thing as games journalism. It's a fucking misnomer. It's bullshit. You're a bunch of cunty bloggers. I may as well call myself a fucking journalist. Since I'm out here publishing the update to your fucking story that you should have made long before I got wind of it. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot for watching. And Games Press, you are the #1 gaming-related dickhead of January 2016. This is how long since I've done one. I don't know who the fucking year is. Fuck you guys. You fucking incompetent cockholes. If you want to be considered press, you want to be taken seriously, get fucking better or fuck off.